Hello friends, welcome to Inner Tales. I hope your day has been gentle, and if not, may this story give you a quiet breath of peace. Wishing you warmth, calm, and good things ahead. And before we begin, don't forget to like and subscribe to Inner Tales. Sometimes, the road you fear the most becomes the road that changes you. In a peaceful American suburb, where mornings carried the smell of fresh coffee and the soft hum of distant lawnmowers, lived a young man named Evan, 23, soft brown eyes, light brown hair that always fell over his forehead, no matter how many times he tried to push it back, a face gentle enough that people trusted him immediately, but quiet enough that most people never really knew him. Every morning, Evan walked the same sidewalk, to the same small grocery store, with the same flickering neon open sign. He stacked cereal boxes, arranged fruit, rang up customers who already knew their total before he pressed the buttons. Life wasn't bad, just small. And sometimes small can be heavy, because behind all that quiet, Evan carried a dream he had never told anyone, a dream he had folded so many times. It became thin like old paper. He wanted a food truck, his own little corner of the world. Warm grilled cheese sandwiches, string lights glowing above, late-night students laughing as they waited near the window. He could almost see it. Almost. But every time the dream came close, fear came closer. Fear had a way of replaying old scenes he wished he could forget. So Evan walked slowly, talked softly, dreamed carefully, almost like he was afraid of waking something up inside himself. Fear doesn't appear from nowhere. It usually has a birthplace. For Evan, one of those places was the school kitchen. When he was 16, he had entered a cooking contest, practiced for days, stayed up late testing recipes. His mother said we're too grown up for a kid his age. He wanted to surprise everyone. He wanted, for once, to be the person people pointed at and said, "That's him. That's the boy who made something amazing." But the dish burned, not just a little, a thick smoke that made everyone cough. Some laughed, some whispered, some gave him that sympathetic smile that somehow hurts more than cruelty. He walked home that day, feeling like he was carrying the entire school's laughter behind him. Then at 19, it was the girl in his literature class. Her laugh felt like sunlight. Her presence softened the air around her. He gathered his courage. I walked up to her and tried to speak, but the words rushed out like they were tripping over each other. He rambled. He panicked. His voice cracked. She was kind. She let him finish. But the moment collapsed on itself, and he carried the embarrassment for years. Those memories stayed. They learned how to whisper. Don't try. Stay small. Safe is better. And so, Evan listened. One evening, after closing the grocery store, Evan biked home along the long suburban road behind the high school. The sky was a soft purple, the kind of color that makes the world feel quieter than usual. Street lights flickered on, casting warm circles of light that faded into the cool air. Evan pedaled slowly, not because he was tired, but because this was the only time of day he could hear himself. He thought about his dream again. The food truck, the warm light, the sound of butter hitting the pan. And then, a sudden drop, a hard jolt, a sharp scrape of skin on rough pavement. His front wheel had hit a deep pothole, hidden under the fading light. He fell, hands scraping the ground, Billy burning from the impact. for a few long seconds, and he just sat there, dust clinging to his clothes, the ground cold beneath him. He looked up at the sky and whispered to no one, "Why do I always mess things up?" A soft yellow pickup truck slowed beside him. The window rolled down. "You all right there, kid?" It was Mr. Harris, the old mechanic from the corner auto shop, a man who could fix almost anything, yet spoke like someone who had seen enough of life to know not everything can be repaired. He climbed out of the truck, helped Evan up, and gently dusted off his jacket. "You're not the first person that road has taken down," he said with a half smile. They walked together, pushing the bike under the warm glow of streetlights. After a few steps, Mr. Harris nodded toward a leaning mailbox ahead. "See that? There's a deep pothole right after it. Been there for years. You always slow down at the mailbox." A few yards later, he pointed at a large oak tree, reaching over the sidewalk like an old guardian, and another one over there. "When the branches start to shadow the road, you shift slightly to the right." He chuckled softly. "Bro didn't change. I just learned where the holes were." And for the first time, Evan felt something inside him loosen a little, like a knot he didn't know he'd been tightening for years. Maybe life wasn't asking him to be fearless. Maybe it was only asking him to stop falling the same way. The next evening, Evan rode home again. Same mailbox, same oak tree, same cracked pavement. But he slowed down before the mailbox, shifted right under the oak tree, and held the handlebars with calm, steady hands. He still slipped once, but this time he didn't fall. He steadied himself, heart thumping, a soft smile forming. It felt strange and good, like the kind of victory nobody sees, but you feel deep in your chest. The following Saturday, Evan set up a small folding table outside an old bookstore. Just grilled cheese, just for a few hours, just to try. The sun warmed the sidewalk. People walked by with iced coffees, library books, dogs pulling their leashes too hard. Some stopped, some didn't. Some tasted what he made and said, "A bit salty, not crispy enough, pretty good." Every comment was a clue. Every reaction was direction. Every mistake felt less like a failure and more like a note. He realized something soft but true. Maybe success isn't built from winning. Maybe it's built from adjusting. Weeks passed. Evan's little Saturday table became familiar to the people who lived nearby. An elderly woman with a cane, two high school boys who ordered the same sandwich every week, hired father who said Evan's grilled cheese reminded him of childhood. One evening, as Evan was packing up, a boy from the neighborhood approached him. "Evan, I want to sell my drawings online, but I'm scared no one will like them." Evan looked at the boy, saw the worry, saw himself years ago in those same unsure eyes. He crouched down so they were eye level. "You don't start big," he said softly. "You start small. Fail small. Fail gently. Fail in a way that teaches you, not in a way that breaks you." The boy nodded, as if a heavy thought suddenly became lighter. Evan finished packing up. He looked at the long suburban road stretching before him and felt a warm truth rise quietly inside. He wasn't afraid anymore. Not of potholes, not of beginnings, not of trying. Sometimes the road stays the same, but you don't. If you're listening to this, maybe there's a road in your life too. A road you keep falling on, a dream you keep postponing, a fear that keeps whispering your name. Maybe the goal was never to avoid the fall. Maybe it was simply to fall differently each time. A little softer, a little wiser, a little more aware of where the holes are. So take your time, move gently, learn the shape of your road, and when you're ready, try again. Even if you fail, especially if you fail, because failing better is still moving forward. If you feel comfortable, you can share a little piece of your journey below. Not a long story, just a line, a feeling, a thought you want to put somewhere safe. Sometimes one person's small truth becomes another person's quiet courage. I'll be here listening.